Good day fellas, this is your daily dose of skill and today we are going to take a look at the brand new premium tank T42. And oh boy, what can I say? This tank is very interesting, but we are going to go ahead very soon. Speaking about this tank, first things first, which I want to say, whenever you are buying this tank, you are getting two brother-in-arm crews. Two? Yes, absolutely two. First thing, I must admit, I never ever heard of the Big Ride show. I am not, I don't have too much time to watch TV or something else. And currently I'm busy while watching the Prison Breaks. So, unfortunately, I never ever heard about the show, but probably people which like it, probably you are feeling sentimental with this skin itself. For me, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything, to be completely honest with you. And whenever you are buying this crew, you can get extra 2 skins, if I'm not mistaken. There is a Big Ride with the skin which we have here. There is a boys outfit where you are getting, I don't know, I assume the stars of the show, right, all over the tank, and after that you are getting 7 outfit which is looking like this. So 3 different styles, hip hooray, right? This is the first thing which I want to say for people which is interested in those things. Second thing, double crew. What do I mean by saying that? As you can see, there is a Butcher and there is a Homelander over there, so you are getting pretty much 2 crews, right? After that you are getting Yugi and you are getting Noir, or however his name is called. After that French and a Train, and after that Mother's Milk and the Deep, right? That's what you are getting, and this can be beneficial for people which do not have the American line fully open, and you simply don't know and you simply don't have too many crews. So as an example, you can use this crew on E5 and E3 as an example, or you can use this crew for the tanks which you used to love before, as an example T42, but maybe your crew is currently on the E5. So this is the use of the crew itself, because it's coming with a free brother-in-arms perk, which is always nice. Now, when we speak about the consumables, or I suppose to say the graphic design of the tank, right? Let's go back to the business immediately, and let's speak stats, and let's speak what this tank is all about, right? And the first thing which I want to say, hey, boys, whenever you are playing with a premium tank, you love to spam gold? No? Well, then I have a bad news for you. Standard ammunition which have 190 penetration, which is very meh in my opinion, but penetration is not the main point. The main point is the shell velocity. 800 meter shell velocity, that's slow, fellas, that's slow, and you need to play quite a bit of games to understand how to pre-aim in 400 meters distance, as an example, when the tank is moving. It's slow, but if you are the player which likes to do a magical trick, then you are going to feel quite good, because penetration of the gold shells on this vehicle is 268, which is humongous in my opinion. And speaking about the shell velocity, it's 1.4 kilometers, which is amazing, or 1410 meters per second. That's very good, my lovely friends, and I truly mean it. Now, if we are going to compare this tank with a quite closest competitor, right? And I'm not speaking about the some kind of pilot or Patton care, because those tanks are quite outdated, right? You have lower alpha damage on those, probably lower DPM, and so on, and shell velocity is those 2 vehicles, they have no match for him. If we are speaking about LPC, or however this tank is called, shell velocity with the standards would be better and penetration would be better, but you know, after that you have a heat with 1.2 thousand kilometer shell velocity. But once again, this is not what I want to highlight. I want to highlight, let's compare LIS. LIS have literally the same situation of the things. let's have, in my opinion, better armor. This is important. Better mobility. This is important. It has better shell velocity with a standard ammunition. This is important. You have better penetration. This is important. And with a gold, in the end of the day, you have even better shell velocity. Although the penetration difference is like 15 lower, it doesn't matter. Less is going to be better tank. And this is the quick heads up if you recently completed the marathon or you recently bought yourself a less and you think, do you need another premium tank? No, you don't. I mean, you can thank me later on. Less is better tank overall itself. It's like Ruski T42 against the Pershing in a way. And this tank main problem, in my opinion, is obviously quite slow shell velocity, but you can fix it while spamming the full APCRs. But I know, fellas, majority of you watching the video, you are not a big fan of spamming the full APCR, so I just want to inform you in this way. Other thing which I want to say, this tank is slow. Even though you are seeing, but skill paper is saying 51 kilometers per hour. No. This tank is not going to go that fast, or even though if you are going to reach the speed, that means you are jumping out of the cliff. Unfortunately, but it is the case. Overall, you are going to go approximately 40. And now you might think, but skill, you can fix everything. You can replace bounty ventilation for skill. Don't you dare to say you don't have it. You can replace it for turbocharger. And yes, you are absolutely right about that. You could replace it for turbocharger, but then you are losing ventilation. And for losing ventilation, fellas, your view range is going to take quite of a hit, and you are not going to have a full view range. So replacing that, in my opinion, is not valuable option. Although if it fits with your style, right? If that's what you want to see and that's what you want to do, then it is completely fine. Just do it, right? Who I am to judge you after all. And now when we have this all out of the way, I know it was like 5 minutes of rambling, but I truly want to give you very close up to the T42. And so far, fellas, we played like 30 battles. We managed to get 2,400 average damage and 800 assisting damage, but I can tell you one thing. Whoever is thinking this tank have a humongous armor, amazing vehicle overall, no, it's not. Higher guns will be able to penetrate you, but in the face like nothing, into the frontal mantle, literally nose of your vehicle. When you are about to on someone, they are going to hit you there and you are going to get penetrated. Although armor can work against the lower tier opponents. As an example, you are meeting a bloody Churchill tier 6 and you are going to say, no Churchill, let's have conversation. And obviously Churchill will scream then. But if fellas, it is if you are meeting your equal opponents, as an example Rene or Renegade, or however to spell that name properly, Rene is going to show you who is the true boss and who is the champion right there. You can be sure about this. Okay, so when we have everything out of the way, now pay attention at the speed. I truly want to share that with you, and you need to see this. So as you can see, overall, speed is 50 kilometers per hour, but look how slow you are getting the speed up. Look, and there is down the hill. Look at this fellas situation. We are going down the hill there, so we reach the top speed, but it's not like you can do that on the straight road, to be fair with you, okay? This is the thing, my friends. Also, IS3 is saying, I suppose we are going to see the T42 video. Shh, I'm not here. You see, fellas, this is the main reason why I love to have I love to show my name. People is getting excited. People like to see us in the battlefield, so that's very good stuff. Anyways, as you can see, enemies have quite big living train over there. You know what that means? That means it's good for us. So what we are going to do, we are going to cross like this, right, fellas? This is exactly what we are doing, and we will join our forces here. That's very important. I want to go hop like this, and we want to play against this guy here. Now, look, we are hull down, right? So that's completely fine. It's not too easy to penetrate us, although we have a cupola, which is a weak spot, so keep this in mind, right? And with a standard ammunition, this is the battle of the titans. He is missing, I am missing. He is missing, I am missing. He is missing, I am missing. And this is how everything is looking like, my friends. So what we are going to do, we are going to play this tank strengths. By saying this tank strengths, I mean we are going to show our APCR penetration for this mother trucker. Schnai in the face. Unfortunately, we did not manage to penetrate him, but that's completely fine. All Gucci. Relax, take it easy. Schnai in the face. Unfortunately, it's not enough to penetrate this position and this angle, which is, to be fair with you, quite weird for me, because we should be able to, but that's once again, that's completely fine. Our art is working those guys out quite hard, and they are screaming already, because once again, the main thing which I want to highlight here, we have way too many guns, right? Our people is dealing with everyone what they are finding in the way. Now, this guy is dead. Massive low roll. Who could imagine that, fellas? Unfortunately, we did not manage to high roll the... Actually, not a high roll, to roll normally towards the IS-6, so yeah, ay, Dios míos, fellas, IS-6 pretty much almost claimed our life. Anyways, this guy is dead, and this is the first battle for us. We managed to get 1000 damage, 200 assisting damage, which is not looking great, and you are absolutely right about that. It's not, fellas. It is not, but it was quite a hard fight, and I decided to go into the heavy line, because you kind of have armor which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, right? So this is the main point of all this. Meanwhile, the Sioux is getting slaughtered, and what we are doing here, we are paying attention where enemies are. There is 4 enemies which is sitting around this area, which is completely understandable, right? There is a couple of guys which was sitting over there, and there is one bushwanker which is sitting around this area. Once again, not a big problem for us whatsoever, and we are feeling quite good. Plus, on top of that, we have a bloody lemming train which is going like there is no tomorrow. They are pushing to the maximum right here, and once again, fellas, that's completely understandable. Now look, majority of the people which was shooting APCRs, they penetrated this vehicle without bigger problems whatsoever, but once again, that's understandable, because this armor is working against the lower tier opponents or people which have overall quite low penetration by default, right? Then the armor can actually work. I'm speaking only about the turret armor though. And if people have a massive penetration with the standards, as an example, tank destroyer, Scorpion, G, Swedish tank destroyer, whatever, then you are going to have a bit of the problems speaking about penetration, speaking about the armor itself, right? And my goal, fellas, is to highlight those things for you, right? The things which you might not think about before getting yourself a new premium tank, or maybe this is not your priority, right? Anyways, as you can see, the Ruski light tank do not have too much hopes to penetrate us, which is very, very good thing. So what that means, we are kind of politely ignoring him, and we are trying to deal with this T69, right? 69 in the name must be a good tank. Not at all, my friends, not at all. Anyways, all we need to do here, we need to hit couple of shots to the left, couple of shots to the right, and we are going to be set. But once again, whenever you are playing with this vehicle, you are just tempted to tap that 2 key, because the difference between ammunition is humongous. Standard ammunition, 190 penetration, 800 shell velocity, gold, 170 penetration, and 1.4 shell velocity. That's 80% better shell velocity. It's insane. I mean, look at the shell velocity with this ammunition. Watch this. You see that? I mean, every single person could see that. And now look, gold. You see, it is a massive difference speaking about the shell velocity in the battlefield, right? And if you are having a trouble to pre-aim, right, and you don't really like to shoot the gold ammunition, then this vehicle is not going to be for you. And once again, my main mission, my most important mission right here is, fellas, to highlight everything what is happening with the tanks which is coming into the game, right? This is my main mission of all this, and I like to be honest with you fellas. When the tank which is coming into the game is good, I'm saying it's good. When the tank is coming into the game and it's not so good, I am saying it's not so good, right? But once again, the people which is going to purchase this tank, it's probably going to be the fans of this TV series or TV show or whatever, or people which kind of like the pattern, and if it's the case, then you know, you might like it. Although, if you like the pattern, more likely you like that too, kid, don't you? Don't you? So yeah, this is the thing. Anyways, second battle today. What we are going to do, our main goal is to go on top of the hill, and hopefully we can play hold down with this vehicle because it has minus 10 degrees of the gun depression, which in my opinion is a good stuff, right? So let's see what we can do. Also one more thing, fellas, I want to tell you we are going to have another video on the T42 because more likely I will mark it in the next one day. Pretty much it's my focus to get third mark of excellence, and then I will show you best of T42, what this tank can do when everything is right, when everything is looking ideal, right? This is very, 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 very important thing, and I definitely want to highlight this. And now, as you can see, this is definitely shows how slow this vehicle is going on top of the hill. Pantera, Liz, both of them is going like there is no tomorrow, and they are just simply going through the side of ours. And we are going, we are trying to chase them down, but look at the meters distance. Even though Liz can go 50 kilometers per hour, at least he have engine of the bloody Porsche, okay? He is going like a crazy man, and with this one you cannot outrun the list for obvious reasons. Even though, fellas, the speed is pretty much the same on every single of those tanks. So fellas, what I want to highlight right here, do not trust the stats which you are seeing in the game. If tank is saying I'm going 50 kilometers per hour, it doesn't mean it's going to be the case, right, my friends? And this is very, very important thing to highlight. Okay, let's see. We are thinking about playing hold down here for obvious reasons, right? And Jack Tiger penetrated us. That's okay. That's completely fine. As you can see, Jack Tiger is shooting us only when I am showing the side of my turret. So that's not a big surprise, is it? Okay, gold on. Once again, with this vehicle, fellas, I'm telling you, you are so damn tempted to shoot that gold ammunition. It is insane, my friends. With this tank, you are tempted to tap that 2 key because either you do not have enough penetration, or either the shell velocity is so damn pathetic in a way, right? It's just how it goes. It's just how it works, my lovely friends. And this is the vehicle, right? And in this distance, fellas, even by shooting the APCRs which have 270 millimeters of penetration, as you can see, we are not penetrating this guy every single time, and the gun handling is looking a bit of a big pile of poop, right? Without any doubts whatsoever, it's not looking the greatest one. And once again, our main goal is to highlight how the tank is looking like and what the tank is all about. Anyways, Jack Tiger should die here. That's good. Jack Tiger penetrated us straight into the frontal mantlet, which I said before. If the tank have a decent penetration, right, you are going to get penetrated into the frontal mantlet, okay? It's just how it goes. This is how this tank is working. And even though the paper is saying, but skill, it says 200 armor on the frontal mantlet, it doesn't mean anything in the real battle time and in the battlefield. It's just how it goes, my lovely friends. And I learned this a hard way, not to trust the stats which I'm seeing in the game. That's why I am doing reviews only on the tanks which I actually tested, which I actually kissed, and which I actually checked out, right? That's why I'm doing reviews like this. Now look, we have AP ammunition. Look at this frame. You see? You see, this is crazy. Look at this frame. Look, watch this, fellas. Watch this. And crazy how much you need to frame with this shell velocity. It is insane. With a gold, I just need to watch just tiny touch more in front. Not by much, just a little bit more in front. And then I would be set. And with the standards, yeah. As you can see, it's not looking the greatest. Now look, speaking about the speed, how the things is looking like. We are trying to go like this, and it's slow. It is bloody slow, my lovely friends. It is slow. But it doesn't change anything for us. We want to win this battle. We want to carry this game, and we will try to do everything what is in our powers to do so. As you can see, those guys do not have too many hit points, so that means we can go for them and we can try to eliminate them from the game for obvious reasons, right? So let's do this. ELC even is sitting here in the corner. I'm trying to snapshot him. Too bad I missed my shot, which is quite a sad story, but not much what I can do about this. But you know what? We are going to fight against them. Now, what is the best thing of all this situation, my friends? The best thing of all this situation is enemies do not have the greatest penetration, but there is a Liss in the back, and this is a very, very, very bad thing, and Liss is claiming my life from over there. There is one tank which never ever was spotted, and that was this Liss. And this Liss is sitting either, probably somewhere over there, I assume, and he claimed my life. Sad story. I did not expect it about him. I thought he's going to go for a base defense because our team was pushing like this, but yeah. And as you can see, once again, another performance with this tank, 1,500 damage and 200 assisting damage, and that's not great, fellas. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and that's not great. I'm telling you, speaking about this tank itself, it's going to be extremely hard tank to play when you are not going with a full gold, right? It's just how it is. Quick disclaimer, with this tank I'm shooting so much more gold ammunition compared to the Liss, right? It's like a day and night, and plus I'm feeling like I am simply way weaker than Liss is as a tank itself. And as you can see, speaking about the current matchmaking, fellas, current matchmaking is infested with extremely good tanks. As an example, speaking about this situation, there is 3 Liss and there is 1 T42. There is 2 Liss in enemy team and there is no T42. And yeah, not so great, my lovely friends, not so great. Once again, not much what we can do about this. Enemy team was stronger, enemy team played better, so hip hip hooray for them. Let's go for a third battle, and hopefully the third battle is going to show something better. By any means, I had a great games with this tank when I was banging everyone. There is no doubts whatsoever. You will have those battles, but those games are going to be unfortunately not so often. So far, after 2 battles, we managed to get 1,700 damage and 600 resisting damage. That's not good, fellas. Once again, we are playing currently below our average performance with this vehicle, and it's quite sad whenever we are making a YouTube video. The things is not looking too great, but it is how it is. It's just proving my point. It's not going to be the easiest tank to deal with, and overall it's not going to be the top dog in the field. Okay, let's go for a third battle, and what we are having here, we are having Empire's Border. But there is one thing what I'm going to do differently. You know what? Skill, what have you done? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, fellas. Absolutely nothing. Literally nothing. I did not change it, anything, everything is fine, life is beautiful. So, what do we want to do here? I believe we are going to go to the Foxtrot 5 position, because it's the most flexible position in my opinion, so why not to do so, fellas? Why not to do so? My main goal in this game is going to be to get 4,000 combined. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. Obviously, if the things will go as well as I am expecting things to go, right? If the things will go as well as I am expecting things to go. 1375, I have a feeling he knows. He's saying high skill. Actually, the T54 said that. Meanwhile, he's flexing with his raised PP in the sky, and he's having a great time. Good, I'm happy, fellas. This is the main reason why I do not use anonymizer. If I can make your day just a bit better, if I can put the smile up your face, then we are doing the things properly, and then life is beautiful, right? Anyways, let's deal with whoever is going to get spotted here, because there is a big chance, boys and girls, ladies and gents, our super Hellcat is going to spot everyone which is going like this, right? So our main plan is to pre-aim over there, right? Once again, this is important. If they have some bushwankers, as a tiger or someone else over there, we want to actually, hit them. As you can see, Super Hellcat did not spotted shit, which is completely understandable. That pretty much means they do not have anyone over there, or he simply did not saw them. It's okay. What do we want to do? We want to save our tiger. That's very, very, very important stuff, right? So, first of all, we need to deal with this Skoda, right? We are going to hit him once up the ass, and Skoda is dead. Now, what do we want to do now? You see this guy, he's dead. Excellent. So far, so good. Everything is looking great. Although our base is in some kind of danger. Meanwhile, Stuner Emil is sitting right there in the back. Hip hip hooray. How are you, buddy? Having a good time? Me too. I'm enjoying myself quite a bit here. Now look. Whenever Conqueror is going to die, and believe me, Conqueror will die, what we can do, we can go for a base defense, right? This is important thing. Conqueror is looking at me, I'm looking at him. Conqueror is stuck, he's hitting us in the face, which is completely fine, it's not changing anything. Our annoying mosquito is banging the Conqueror, and Conqueror is dead. Hip hip hooray. Okay, how about the shot towards this guy? You see, when we are playing hold down, and when we are playing against the lower tier opponents, the armor of this vehicle is not looking that pathetic and that bad. Okay, what do we need to do? Now we need to go and defend the base, and life is going to be beautiful, life is going to be amazing, and we are going to deal with everyone which is going like this. At least I hope so, and this is the plan. I still want to get like 2,500 combined, but for that we might need to work our ass off here, my friends. For that, we might need to work our ass off. It is completely fine, fellas. We need to go like this. This is very, very important thing. This is extremely important thing to defend the base. Now our Pantera, he have some armor, he have some hit points, right? And that's the most important thing for us, fellas. Since he have hit points, we can actually do something there. I can play hold down in a second, and I'm hold down. You know what this guy said about my hold down skill? How about go F yourself? Hold down with this pile of amazing vehicle. How about don't tell me what I'm supposed to do? That's pretty much what he said, but that's okay. This guy should be dead. Nice. That was a massive low roll, unfortunately, but not much what we can do about this. Anyways, we need to eliminate him from the game, and he is dead. Hip hip hooray. Now two guys which is capping the base. It's not changing situation too much for us, because we are going to approach him from a bit different angle like this, and unfortunately we bounced the almighty T54, or the heat T54, or however you would call this vehicle, right? Meanwhile, Vaka is saying I will save you, and reality is a bit different. He won't save anyone. Meanwhile, the enemy our base got decaptured fully, and we are booming. Now we are fellas playing. I don't need APCRs anymore. I just can farm this tiger without even asking his name, and that's the thing, right? So in this battle I felt so much better overall, just because I was shooting the full gold ammunition for majority of the time, and we managed to get a solid 3,500, which is completely fine. You see, this is like a day and night. When you are getting this tank and when you are shooting APs, it is bloody slow. And my biggest problem is not what kind of penetration it has. With a penetration, I can live, but with a slow shell velocity, you need to practice quite a bit in order to be able to be competitive and in order to hit your shots, right? And another thing I am telling you fellas about the armor of this vehicle: don't trust what paper is saying in the world of tanks, because on the paper it might look like you are the top dog in the field, you are the medium tank which is having a heavy tank armor, but reality is a bit different, and you are the same medium tank. And if you might think you are going to go against the heavy vehicles and you are going to bang all of them without even asking their name, you are wrong. It's not going to be the case, my friends. So let's see where the flying F those bushwankers are. This is the question. Let's see. Mr. Wafflecock. Mr. Wafflecock. Patience. Once again, standard shells. They're slow, they're flying so damn slow, and the arc is so much bigger. It's like going with a bloody Arta. Meanwhile, Mr. Wafflecock managed to derb his shot, which is extremely good thing for us. And now we are going to try to deal with Mr. Wafflecock. I will try to play against him, and I will try to obviously eliminate him from the game if it is possible, but unfortunately, once again, it wasn't the case, my friends. I am still feeling quite happy with this performance. I know what I have done, and I know how I played. I know the third battle was hashtag gold noob, but I really wanted to show you the difference between ammunition, and I want to highlight that, so, you know, you are not going to regret after you are going to get this vehicle or not to get this vehicle. My main point is to highlight what the tank is all about, my friends. Okay, this is my main point. And what you are doing with your money, for me, fellas, it's not cold, it's not warm. I don't care you are spending your money on the tank in the game or on the hookers. It is completely up to you, right? My main point is to show you what the tank is all about and to give a proper opinion. This is the first look into the T42. Obviously, whenever I will finish it, whenever I will get mark of excellence on this vehicle, then we are going to have another look, another conversation, and then I will say, did I my first opinion was correct or not so much. By tapping 2 key immediately, Ace Wanker out of nowhere, 3.6 thousand damage, 400 assisting damage, 1.2 thousand base experience, and 29,000 profits, because we wasn't running the credit boosters or something, right? Speaking about the profits overall, what we have made, because I believe some of you would be interested in this situation, right? So we had 3 battles, my lovely friends, and the first battle we made 116,000 profits, but remember that was 80,000 for mission, so profits 36,000. After that we made 2,000 profits, which is pretty much nothing. And in the third battle, when we managed to get a swanker, we managed to get 29,000 profits, which is not so good either. So be my guest and you are the judge how this vehicle is performing in the battlefield. Our score after 3 battles is 2.4 thousand damage and 600 assisting damage, which is not too bad, but I know I can play better, and believe me, next time when you will see this tank in action, at least in this channel, you will see amazing score. I can promise you that. Thank you so much for watching. That was your daily dose of skill, and see you next time, fellas. Peace.